What's up, y'all? Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Join me. We're gonna talk about some shit today. In my experience of life so far, I have come across and realized in my journey is organization over perfectionism. That shit right there, boy, I tell you, it's a mindset. It's a mindset to be organized over being perfect at everything you fucking do, or everything that you want to do in life, or your relationships, or the way that you handle certain things. It's so much easier to be organized than it is to be perfect. There's too many expectations in perfectionism. There's too many opinions about what something should be in a certain way, or how certain things should be done. Even what I'm talking about and what I'm experiencing ain't for everybody. So if it resonates, it resonates. If it don't, deuces. First, you gotta know the difference between organization and perfectionism. What is that? What is organization? What does that look like for you? Organization for me, what it looks like is basically how that one saying goes: have your ducks in a row. Meaning I know what I want to do, where I want to go in life, and how I want to experience it. I know the steps that are needed and the steps that are required for me to get to those certain places and those certain points in my life that I want to be in. For example, me doing the festivals recently, I knew what I had to do to get into those festivals. I had to know about the festivals, research the festivals, vend and do all that shit, literally get my ducks in a row in order for me to be aligned to actually vend. What I mean by perfectionism is literally that everything gotta be perfect. I'm not doing this unless this is done. I'm not doing this unless that is done. There's a very thin line between perfectionism and organization. I can say that I'm not gonna do X, Y, and Z unless this happens, but I'm saying that in the terms of I need X, Y, and Z to happen first before I get there, instead of I'm not going to get there unless X, Y, and Z happens. It's totally different things. Two totally different sayings, two totally different ways of expressing your passion in your process of getting to the bag, getting to your goals, getting to what you want to be in life, and who you want to be around, and the things that you want to attract and the things you don't want to attract. Like, there's certain things that just happen in life and you're just like, okay, I'm not going to do that shit. Now I'm more organized in my reality to know what I want and what I do not want. And the way to understand this is by knowing your thought process. Literally knowing the way that your mind processes everything that you observe in the everyday life. Or you observe the way of life or other people's perspectives, or just when you're in a social setting, watch how your mind processes everything that goes down. If your mind is always processing the negative, which is like, oh, look at the way she's doing this, look at the way he's doing that, oh, I'm gonna sit here and judge this person because of X, Y, and Z. That shit is a form of a perfectionist mindset. Like, you are so focused on the imperfections in people and what they have going on, or what they got wrong, or what they not doing, or what they are doing, to where the point is like, why does that matter? Let's go smoke of that. So understand your thought process and where your mind goes when you're observing other people in a social setting. Once you understand how your mind flows and how it goes when you are under the pressure of certain things and certain experiences in life, that's when you get to know yourself. When I'm observing this, automatically I'm going to think that X, Y, and Z is happening. Okay, if you know that that's how your mind is going to respond to certain things, it's your responsibility to make sure that, okay, when is the right time to actually say this shit and when it's not. You gotta take responsibility for the way that your mind processes shit and what you say. I'm not saying that you can't say certain things, but I'm saying there's a time and a place for everything. Social media plays a part in perfectionism. Social media has so much information on a daily basis. You're always learning something new. You're always discovering something you like or you don't like. It's just always there. And people have formed their own opinions and their own perspectives of life through social media, through the information that they carry and through the information that they observed and learned. And it just gets to the point where it's like, you're not living the life you want to live because you're too worried about how other people are living their life or how somebody is not doing something you don't want them to do. Let the motherfuckers be. It's none of your business. It is none of your concern. Why are you making it that? Because you ain't got nothing else to worry about or to be concerned about. And that's okay. That is very okay. Like, you know how peaceful it is to not worry about other people's bullshit and to have your shit organized and set to where can't nobody shake your shit or sway you any other kind of way. That shit is very peaceful and it's stress free because you're very organized. You have your mental under control, so that means your thoughts cannot trigger your emotions, that don't trigger your actions, that don't trigger your responses. Not worried about that shit at all. You're focused on what matters to you and what makes you happy and what is your reality. My motherfucker really been through the mindsets, okay? I've been organized, I've been perfectionism, then I went right back to being organized again. Like, that mindset of being a perfectionist or certain things have to be a certain way in order for it to go like X, Y, and Z is draining as hell. Don't waste your time, don't waste your energy on trying to be perfect at all. Just be organized, man. Know what you want, know what you don't want. Be real with your fucking self about the shit that's going on around you. Just get yourself in check. That's all that is required in order to be organized. And I'm not saying go out, go buy you a home, go get your car, go get your... It's not about a material thing. Like I said, it's your mental. You don't have your mental under control and checked and organized. You allow it to trigger your emotions, will end up triggering your actions and your words that you say. But long story short, what I'm trying to say is, once I got out of that perfectionism mindset and I went into a more organized mindset, I got to really know who I was and what I wanted, what I did not want, what I wanted to achieve and accomplish in life. I had these goals planned out, written down. Everything is organized to the point where I can function and flow in this shit without any hesitation, without any second guessing anything. I do it with intention and I do it with the mindset of this is what I really want to do and I really want to be in it, so I'm going to be the best version of me. I'm going to bring my A game to the motherfucking table. I'm going to be me 100% way through, and not to where I'm over here being mindless and just saying a bunch of nonsense, but being organized and what aligns to how I truly am. I learned who I truly was just by being real with myself, for real. Like, being honest and transparent with myself to the point where I'm like, okay, is this what I really want? And the first response that comes out of my mouth is either yes or no. And that's true to how I really feel on a soul level. So once I started maneuvering with my soul intact, basically with my soul intact and communicating with my soul and what I truly want and how I truly want to move in life, everything becomes so much easier for me because I'm being honest about the things that I want. So it's easier for me to attract those things. It's easier for me to be in those realities where I am successful and I am a millionaire and I do got a jet and I do got all of these things and I'm over here on my land and all of this shit and animals, whatever the fuck I want it to be. That is what's going to happen as long as I stay true to myself and true to my soul and what I really want in life. And in the midst of all of that, you know, there's moments where I have to sit in solitude and really get a deeper understanding of my connection with myself and the Most High. I used that moment of solitude to be more focused on what I want to achieve in life, because that is a grounding mechanism for me, to be in solitude and to be not necessarily cut off to the world, but have a limit to how much outside access that I take in and that am putting out there. Being more organized with social media and my circle of friends and how much information that I share with everybody, it is such a peaceful experience to be in solitude and achieve so much, and to grow within yourself and create and be you and be one with yourself, and to keep thriving and to keep pushing under this organized structure that allows you to flow peacefully without any stress. And in order to get to that part, I've had to be very aware and responsible of my behaviors. I had to take accountability for the way that I've treated people, the way that I handle certain situations, the way that I spoke on people, the way that I said things, or I thought things, or reacted out of certain ways because I did not have the information or the correct knowledge of what went down and who said what and what happened here and there and all types of shit. I took responsibility and I said, look, I'm tired of my own shit. It's time to change that. It's time to switch that shit up, because that is too draining to go down that route. All that time that went by me going through that, I literally just said, I'm done. I'm done doing this shit. What do I need to know? I asked the Most High, sat in my solitude and figured out the steps that were needed to take to move forward. And now that I'm doing that, it is bringing so much ease to my life, to where this shit is an organized structure to where I can flow peacefully. I'm not trying to perfect anything. I'm not trying to have something go a certain way. All I'm trying to do is accomplish my goals and be happy. That is it. And I am doing that. So what I'm going to do is continue to cultivate that in many different ways, to where I'm not being stressed the fuck out. I'm not being pressed about something that don't really align to me. I'm not worried about nobody else's bullshit. I'm just in my own motherfucking lane. Organized and in my lane. So that I can accomplish my shit and do what the fuck I want to do. And I'm not trying to perfect it, and I'm not trying to have it a certain way so that people can be happy for me. No, I'm doing it how I want to do it, because this is what makes me happy. And if it don't make you happy, then it ain't for you. Point blank, period. I'm not here to live a perfect life. I'm here to build a structured foundation so that my life can flow peacefully and with ease. That is my reason, that is my purpose, and that is my goal. That is what I'm here for, and I will do what is needed to be done to have that and cultivate that. If you're thinking about how perfect your life should be, don't get your expectations high. Don't set them bitches high, because 9 times out of 10, your life is not going to play out in a perfect scenario. It's not. It's going to play out how it's supposed to play out. But if you want it to be something that is aligned to what you really want, you got to do the work. You got to be more organized and structured in your shit, so that you cannot throw yourself off your own path. Everybody smoke to that. Can I get an amen in the comments? Amen. Thank you. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. Stay up and stay loose.